What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, the Black Akashi here, and I'm here to do a My Hero discussion, talking about the League of Villains, or should I say the League of Liberations, or whatever the hell that trash name Spinner gave them. Whatever that name was, y'all know the name. I want to talk about how OP the League is now, and how dangerous it is for them. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, we all know that Shigaraki is the successor for All For One, and All For One is an OP ass nigga. He has not every quirk, but he can steal quirks. He can steal quirks from people and not give them back. Well, he could give them back too, probably. Okay, we know how OP All For One is, and when Shigaraki made his debut, we saw the potential of him being OP. With his quirk, the ability to make people decay by touching them, and so that had potential to be OP as soon as he matured his powers. 200 something chapters later, he does. He does. He can level a whole block like that, like with no hesitation. He can destroy things. He could destroy things a lot quicker than he could. Like it's game over for anybody that pulls up on Shigaraki. Like it really is. It's not even a game, bruh. It's not even a game. And now that I've labeled out his foundation of his quirk, now let's talk about the League. The League has always been small time with a big boss in the background. Like they've been making noise every now and then, and we've seen it through each arc. The UA arc, or the very first arc when they pulled up on a USJ trying to kill All Might. We saw them in season 2. Now season 2 wasn't really directly for them, but they were still mentioned because of the no moves that were present, and because the news lady, she got a picture, she got a camera footage of Shigaraki and the teleport dude standing in the background while the whole shit was going down. So that's why they say that it was a League of Villains attack. And they add Stain to the mix too, and they're saying that Stain's working with him as well. Even though All For One said use him to see how your plans turn out in the future. Even though he did tell him that, but it wasn't really for the League. But it was enough to give them a boost. It would give them a boost, and people wanting to join their cause. All thanks to Stain. And then in the next arc, the Camino Ward arc, they was primarily with that one attacking the training camp and kidnapping Bakugo. All For One finally making his presence and throwing down with All Might once again. And then the overall arc. Spoilers for my manga fan, my anime only fans, if you're watching this video somehow. Now, Overhaul is basically Overhaul. Overhaul came in, shut the League down, put them on hiatus, and then they pulled up at the end of the arc and killed Overhaul. I think they killed him. Like, that panel always confuses me because he doesn't have his quirk anymore, and then Shigaraki just kills him. He kills him or he doesn't kill him, and like that panel always confuses me. I'm like, is he dead or not? And then MIA once again, and then we get the My Villain arc, and which they get 100% screen time. Between each arc, they've been building themselves up little by little, second by second. They've been building up. At first, they started off with a huge amount of numbers with bum villains, like your average street villains that Batman, or your average criminal that you would beat up, that a superhero would beat up just for fun. Well, not just for fun, but beat them up with mid difficulty. Started off with that. But then they decided that now it's not we shouldn't be just grabbing random villains off the street. We gotta find people with that's powerful, that can handle themselves against a pro hero, and not get taken out with one or two shots. We saw what Aizawa did. We saw what Aizawa and All Might did to them bums in USJ. They just took them out with no hezzy. Find people like that. From there on, that's how they've been. They just been trying to find people that's strong and have a great cause, and what Shigaraki wants to do, and all of that. But even that has its own flaws because Overhaul pulled up on him and wiped one of the niggas out. I ain't gonna say who. Maggie. what Magni, whatever that he nigga name is, wiped him out of the paint. That came back to bite him. So they stopped recruiting for a minute, but right now they're kind of recruiting, but not really. And then they had to split up to keep Gran Torino and all the other people that are hunting them down. They had to split up so that they won't all be grouped up in one location and get taken out like in Camino Ward. After that, then we get into the My Villain arc, which is where every single person got basically a Zenkai boost. Well, not every single person. And before before they threw down with Redestro and them, they were basically training for 30 months, for over a month with Gigantomachia, which is All For One's backup plan. Well, All For One's, I guess you can say, pet or whatever. That's his muscle, I guess you can say. Besides the no moves, Gigantomachia is his muscle. And he's been keeping him on hold for just in case. And now that he's free, since not All For One's in jail and Shigaraki's the only one left, he has to train him to make him his master now, call him successor. And they've been fighting him for over a month. No sleep, no prep time, nothing. They just been throwing hands and getting beat the whole time. The only one that's been getting sleep is Gigantomachia. Every time you give him that work, he would rest. And if they tried to wake and they tried to attack him while he's sleeping, that just pisses him off. And he still beat him. And with all of that training, it just been boosting up their strength. And their quirk and mentally strengthening them up. Like you even see with Shigaraki, because he moves 10 times faster. He got faster now. He was able to become faster. A lot faster than he already was. And the same goes with everybody. And then, we get to Redestro and them in the Liberation Army. The Liberation Army was basically what the League of Villains would possibly could have wanted in the future. In the future, have heroes in their pocket. They're blending in sight. Maybe not blending in front of everybody. Because, all Shigaraki wants to do is just destroy, have that kind of power. And Liberation Army, they basically was giving them the hands. And then we see OP, and then we see the characters developing shit. Toga, her quirk, which is basically to steal people's blood and then transform into that person. Now this has become dangerous now, because now after her fight with old girl, she can now use the quirk of the person's blood that she's taken. Now this wasn't known. That was how she was able to get the advantage and beat that person, beat whatever her name is. I'm sorry, I don't remember her name, so I'm sorry. That gave her the advantage to beating him. And now twice, he has major anxiety about his quirk. With the clones and all that stuff. Ever since they've all killed each other, and they even tried to kill him. And now he's been paranoid and have anxiety about which one. Is he the real Twice, or is he another clone? Etc., etc. And now, after Toga was hurt and needed his help, he overcame that anxiety, and now he's able to, make multiple clones with ease. He's able to keep him in check. He's basically overcome his fear, and now he's able to create multi-shadow clones. But basically, Dabi probably got an upgrade too, but we haven't seen that yet. Mr. Compress, he's armless, but he probably got something too, even though he didn't do shit. He just ran the whole time. Spinner, he probably got something, but the only thing we got from him was finding out his motivation on why he's following Shigaraki, which is to, to protect his will, protect his dream of what Shigaraki wants to do, which is to destroy. Your main man, Shigaraki, he gets the whole back. He gets the whole upgrade. He gets the flashbacks. He gets the overcoming his past and regaining his memories and becoming OP, because Redestro was giving him that work. And this I wouldn't say it was almost like a near-death experience, but it was a near-beating experience. Like, he got beat so bad that he remembered everything from his past, which was him, killing his parents, him taking the first step to becoming All For One successor, which is, killing somebody. And, we find out he actually felt Eve always wanted to kill his parents because of how they treated him and how they just sat back and let his dad abuse him. And now that he's got his memories back, he was able to be 100 times faster. His quirk was even more OP. His quirk became even better because now he could touch people with he didn't even have to use his whole hands to touch people. Like Redestro even pointed out, his speed is incredible. This power he has. If he was this powerful the whole time, there's no way a hero or two wouldn't have been killed that Kamino Ward. And he has the fire in his eyes. He's overcome his past. And he even destroys his hands, to the hands that he has all over his body, to signify that, yeah, I've overcome my past. I've overcome it. I don't need these hands anymore to remind me of the pain when I already remember everything now. Except one hand, which was able to, be kept alive. Like this man Shigaraki, he was so OP. He leveled the whole block. He basically scared every single Liberation Army member. He scared every single one of them he crushed all of their dreams just by looking at them. Like he didn't even do much. Only one that felt the smoke was Redestro. Everybody else, he looked at them and all of their dreams, all of their ambitions just shut down like that. He crushed their dream, he crushed their wills and their future with just by looking at him. And they all bowed down to him. They bowed down to him because they knew this nigga was serious. He was not playing any games. He's the king now. And everybody does it. They do it. And now, Shigaraki and the League, they have money, they have power, they have numbers. They got heroes in their back pocket now. They got heroes on their payroll. They got, they basically said it. Hawks basically said it. They could take over Japan if they wanted to right now. They literally can. They have the numbers that are greater than or equal to the pro heroes. Like that's how serious it is. And it's not even a game right now. This is cold red. If Shigaraki and them made a move right now, it would basically be game over for everybody. It really would. Break All For One out of jail. Get Stain in the mix too, or basically just All For One. Hell, even break out the villains that are in that prison. Like who knows what other dangerous villains are inside that prison that All For One and Stain are at. Like that's how serious it is. Like that's crazy. Like bruh, like you got the League of Villains advancing their quirks. You got the Liberation Army on your side now. You got heroes in your pocket. You got money. You got basically what you want. You are basically a boss. Shigaraki basically has All For One's numbers right now. This is how All For One probably was when he was, back in the day when he had hair and actually had a face and was skin and was, normal built and not built like he is now. Before all that, that's probably how he was until All Might came in and just wiped them all out. But like I said, if they could do what they want now, But just imagine if All For One was out right now. Like it would be cold. It would be serious right now. It would be dangerous for anybody. That's how serious it was. That's how serious it is. Like Deku and them, they are not of import anymore. They are not of import until they get their own level. Until they level up themselves. Because Shigaraki and them, they're basically, I don't want to say level 100. I want to say like level 60 or level 70. And Deku and them, they're like level 30 something, 40 something. They were kind of like even back then. Like I guess you could give like a slight little edge to Deku and them. But now they tripled the level. They've tripled. They're in the lead now. Until they get their development and shit, they are nowhere. They have no reason to pull up on the league ever again. They literally don't. Unless they got 5 million All Mights, then no. They have no reason to pull up on them. Like Deku getting 6 quirks is one thing, which is a good thing because now that you see what the hell's going on now, it makes sense that he will be able to gain access to the previous one All For One users' quirks, which makes a lot of sense now that we see what the hell's going on with the League of Liberation. Let's just say that what it is with them, and now that we see that with them, like there's literally nothing anybody can do right now. This is how serious it is. Like, it would take like all of the pro heroes. It would take like the top tier heroes, and then, you know, people from 1A that are top tier as well. And it would take Mirio as well. It'd take Lemillion. We need my boy back. Speaking of which, we need my boy back, man, because I'm tired of waiting for my man to get his quirk back. I'm tired of waiting, bruh. He's the hero we deserve. He deserves to be in the top 3 as well. He's the top 3. He's top 3 even quirkless. That's how serious it is. This man is top 3 quirkless. The league is something else, bruh. They are really something else, man. Like, these niggas is not playing no games, bruh. They can literally wash everybody in Japan. They could literally take out Japan, man. It's not even a game. Like, that's how much it is, bruh. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man. If you like what you saw, Detroit, smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and remember, go beyond plus ultra.